Is watching shows and movies with Spanish audio and English subtitles a good way to learn Spanish? Or should you pair Spanish audio with Spanish subtitles? The reality is that language acquisition is a bit of a journey, and there's no one-size-fits-all approach. But let's break down the options before us. Starting with Spanish audio and English subtitles, this is like easing into a cold pool. You're acclimating your ears to the rhythm and sounds of Spanish, while your trusty English subtitles make sure you don't drown in confusion. It's a dual effort. You're learning without realizing it. At first, you might find yourself reading more than listening. But as you go on, something cool happens. You'll start catching words and phrases, the familiar quiere, gracias, and por favor. Your brain begins to connect the dots without referring to the English text. It's almost a subconscious style of learning. Now, let's pivot to Spanish audio with Spanish subtitles. We've just gone from the kiddie pool to the lap pool. There's less hand-holding here, as it's a double dose of Español. This method is a powerhouse for improving listening and reading simultaneously. You're matching spoken to written word, a bit like karaoke, but for language learning. It sharpens your skills in a different way. You're learning spelling, context, and grammar, all essential for fluency. However, this can be a steeper hill to climb, especially if you're a novice. So what's better? It depends on where you stand on the learning curve. If you're a beginner, then Spanish audio with English subtitles can be incredibly beneficial. You get to hear the authentic pronunciation, while keeping your lifeline to understanding the plot. Once you're more comfortable, switching to Spanish subtitles will help cement your learning and crank up your abilities. Living here in Portland, Oregon, sometimes I'll grab a coffee at a local place and put on a Spanish show just like that. This is a town that loves its indie theaters, and I've seen Spanish films showcased with English subtitles. It's a nice community exercise in collective language learning. Both methods have merit, but remember, language learning is a multifaceted beast. Mix in some speaking practice with native speakers, and maybe even a Spanish class or two. Combine audiovisual materials, speaking, reading, and writing for an all-around approach. And don't forget, patience is key. Learning a language is like planting a tree. It takes time, care, and a little bit of daily sunshine. So whether you're taking in the latest Almodovar film or binge-watching La Casa de Papel for the umpteenth time, you're on the right track. Buena suerte.